Let's go, Fight Fiends and Forecasters. Victorious last week. We're back with the Vizzies, ready to attack at Noche Ufc. Let's go. Mexico, fight fans. In Texas, ready to take off. We're going to slap these bookies this week. Tuesday was tough. It was a tough week of Dana White's Contender Series. 4 to 5 underdogs won. We're looking to take off in Texas, San Antonio for Noche Ufc. Main event, Diego Lopez versus John Silva, the Fighting Nerds. Fighter that has to go and get revenge after those two boys lost last week. Right? He needs to get revenge for them. I expect him to get the win. Let's talk about each and every fight on this card. It's Thursday after work here in Prince Edward Island, Canada. And I'm late this week. The party is still going, though. And we're ready to make some profit, I would say. After an extremely profitable event last week, we got to not waste your time. We got to get this money. Let's get it going. First fight of the night. A yee-ha! We got an Ultimate Fighter finale at 170 pounds. This fight is a coin flip. I'm back and forth on the pick. I'll take the underdog. The hell with it. You know what I mean? I was going to switch the pick to the Ukrainian with the forward pressure, durability, and on the Ultimate Fighter, he got the knockout round 1, and the other guy won a decision, split decision there, and it was a close fight. It could have went either way. Not really sure why I picked the Brazilian, but on the regional scene, he looked pretty good. He fights hard for your money. Either fighter will fight for your money, but it's a fight we should probably not bet on. Let's be safe and continue on with the predictions. But for the first fight of the night, I'm taking the underdog, Rodrigo Sezinando, at plus 180 to win this fight. No matter how, no matter which way, I don't care. It's plus money. He's an underdog. Both fighters have trained with high-level fighters. Chael Sonnen, DC. The one training with Daniel Cormier, DC, is the Brazilian. He might have a little bit more success with the takedowns, control time, wrestling, grappling, etc. in this fight. You know I'm a fan of Daniel Cormier. I got the Funko Pop of him back here. I'm going with the DC prospect in this one to get it done. Let's get it going. We got a 19-year-old up next in the women's bantamweight division, and I think she wins her first fight. 19, yeah, 5-0, yeah, a little green in the career. Alice Pereira is a good fighter, very technical, and she's beat decent fighters for being 19 years old. This is a right step up in competition at the right time. Rendon has not fought the highest caliber fighters either. She's 6-1, only fought 2 more fights than Alice Pereira, and she's 36 years old, way older in this fight. I think it's near the end of the career, and it's not been a long one for Montserrat Rendon. The UFC caliber fighter with more ceiling in this fight is the Brazilian Alice Pereira. She is a favorite, a promising one. And for 19 years old, I think she's more technical, faster, better cardio in this fight. Montserrat Rendon just lost to Zelezinkova. Unanimous decision. If Zelezinkova can do it, Pieta can do it here. First fight for her. Let's keep an eye on her moving up the ranks. If this was a tougher fight, like any other fighter than Montserrat Rendon, I might have taken the fighter with more UFC experience, more experience in general. But Montserrat Rendon is 36 years old and not much experience. Mexican, yes, but I don't care. Might not even bet this fight, so join Patreon. Hit the links in bio below if you want each and every bet. Discord's absolutely free. Ask a forecaster in there if you're not sure what to do, if to bet it or not to bet it. There is forecasters active in the Discord lobby. It's absolutely free. Hit the link in bio below. I want you to become a Platinum forecaster and a Zodiac forecaster. But if you're not willing to do that, at least join and become a forecaster for free. A forecaster for free. Hit the link in bio below. Let's go. Third fight of the night. Best pick on the card. Alessandro Costa gets it done inside the distance. Not much to talk about. He's fighting Alden Coria. Debut fight. Relatively short notice. fought the much lower level competition. He's going to get dominated in a fight for Alessandro Costa to get his feet under him inside the UFC. He has losses high caliber like Steve Ursag, Amir Albazi. This is a winnable fight. He just knocked out a higher caliber fighter in his last fight. That was 9-2 Kevin Borjas. And when you look at the last fight for Alden, Coria on the other side, he fought a guy 4-7 on the regional scene. Extremely tough debut fight on relatively short notice for this guy here. It's a setup fight for Alessandro inside the distance. Likely round 2 again, but round 1 he could easily dominate in this fight. He is levels above this fighter, and I don't think it takes him too long to capitalize on his game plan in this fight. Official prediction is not complicated. And I'm not here to waste your time and to go into depth too far. Other people do that, that's fine, but I'm not here to waste your time. I'm giving you the pick with confidence. Last week we made a ton of money, and we're going to do it again. Reese 9-2 versus Sedriques Dumas 10-3, who just hid in a dog cage not long ago, running from the police during a house invasion. This guy is not training and taking the sport seriously, in my opinion. You got Reese on the other side, taking the sport seriously. Just won a decision, proving that he can go 15 minutes. He has cardio. He is improving his game, and he can beat a fighter with knockout power. Sedriques Dumas, in my opinion, has less power on the feet than Dusko Todorovic. He's going to do a hell of a lot less, and he likely gets finished in this fight on way out of the UFC. I don't even think this guy's UFC caliber. Remember the fight where he fought, what's his friggin' name, Josh Fremd? He went for a submission, and it got reversed, and he got submitted. So I think Reese on the ground can probably find a submission quite easily in this fight. On the feet, he can smoke Sedriques Dumas. Lock of the week, Reese. I'm not going to complain. I'm probably going to do the same. Let's keep running it up. Jesus Aguilar, plus 180 is going to work. Mexican versus the American Louis Gurule, who might be from Texas if I'm not mistaken. So hometown advantage could be on the Louis Gurule side, but he's a favorite off a loss in his debut fight. And on Dana White's Contender Series, Louis Gurule got taken down and controlled, but he popped back up. He fought with forward pressure, fought for your money, and he could do the same in this fight. But you got to think Jesus Aguilar, with the high-level experience, being in the UFC for a longer time, fighting guys like Tatsuro Terra, putting those fighters in dangerous positions, he can win this fight. He's won other fights that were impressive versus fighters that weren't really ready, like the Nicole guy from Australia. That was a big win for Jesus Aguilar. He's not going to land the knockout like he did on Shannon Ross, but on the friggin' ground, he is live in this fight versus Gurule. He did get taken down relatively easy to the wrestler Nick Piccinini. So if Jesus Aguilar has an inch of success getting this fight to the ground, he's so aggressive. It's Noche UFC. I think he can find a submission. If we can attack the submission prop, maybe we do it in this fight. Avoid the money line. Even if this fight goes the distance, we got to remember Jesus Aguilar fights with the forward pressure, and he's the more proven fighter. It could be an opportunity for everybody. So drop a comment below and let me know what you're doing on this fight. One of the best fights on this event. Gurule off a big loss to Ode Osborne, knocked out in round 2. You're getting plus money on the other side. Is Gurule going to be a prospect and bounce back? Is he good enough to beat a guy like Jesus Aguilar who's fought the who's who already? It's an interesting fight, but I think at Noche UFC, the underdog gets it done here. Very interesting fight. I got to take Jesus in this matchup, considering what event it is. Noche UFC. But I did mention, I did mention Gurule might have that hometown advantage. Manage the bankroll wisely, and let's continue to run it up. We got the next fight of the night with a fighter that's potentially not UFC caliber. I'm not sure why he got signed to the UFC. He's off a bad knockout loss 5 months ago. It's Jose Medina. I can't pick him to win. It's a close fight. Bookies think it's close, but Dusko Todorovic is due for a win. he is due for a win. I had faith in him early on in his career. Obviously, he's not that guy. He's 12-6 now. But he still has dominant striking capabilities here in this kind of matchup. Jose Medina likes to get hit. Todorovic likes to land that round 1 KO. Search for the finish on the feet. And he's not looking to relax off another loss here. He could be more determined. Dusko more determined to land that punch on the feet. He has the power to do it. I would not doubt that. Dusko is the more durable fighter, even though Jose Medina has ate a couple shots. Jose Medina also got knocked out stiff in his last fight, so I don't think he can handle a stiff, hard punch from Dusko Todorovic. The durability is likely on the side of Dusko Todorovic. He did not get finished versus Reese, a finisher. And you know what? He is due for the win more than Jose Medina, a guy that did not deserve a contract in the beginning. I got to take Dusko Todorovic, not doing much with it, not talking too long about it, but he's 3 years younger, and I feel like he has more ceiling inside of the UFC here. Let's continue on with Noche Ufc. It's an event that's tough to bet on, so be careful. Manage the bankroll wisely. Set a bankroll that is comfortable for you. $10 for 1 unit, 1,000 bankroll. You can do $50 per unit, 5,000 bankroll. Or you can do a 10,000 bankroll with $100 per unit. Do what is comfortable for you. But those 3 amounts are the range I would play with. Maybe $25 per unit with a $2,500 bankroll. I don't know what's comfortable for you, but don't bet all your hard-earned money. Don't bet your whole paycheck on one bet, one pick. Be strategic moving forward when betting on these fights, and you will be more profitable. Hit the links in bio below. You can see a lot of information for free in the Discord. You can be a forecaster for free in the Discord. It's totally worth smashing the link in bio below. Let's continue on. Like the video, subscribe if you have not yet, because we got a women's strawweight fight, and it's going to be the fight of the night. No, it's not. We know it's not going to be. It's going to be a boring decision. Tatiana Suarez, a 4-1 favorite's probably going to win the decision. And that's about it. You know, Amanda Lemos and Tatiana Suarez both fought the champion Weili Zhang and got dominated. The little we can take away is that Suarez did probably a little bit more in that fight. She made it a little closer than Amanda Lemos did, and we can look at the fight and say, Suarez is 4 years younger. She better suffer and win this one. The finishing upside is on Amanda Lemos, but she beat a fighter in Yasmin Lucindo by a decision, did not find the finish, and Lucindo was a fighter that was favored, and it was an underdog cash-in for Amanda Lemos. It's unlikely she wins at plus 350 here. Unable to finish her last fight. Seems to be losing the stride each and every fight. Luckily won the last one, but Yasmin Lucindo was not my pick. She fought low-level competition leading up to that fight. I thought Lemos was due for the win at some point. There it was. Now she takes another L. Let's go Tatiana. Even though her boyfriend, Patchy Mix, ain't looking too good right now. Not profitable, at least. Not profitable, at least. Well, Claudio Puelles, can't even pronounce his last name. Claudio Pupils, 12-4, Peruvian. Can he win this fight? 50-50 fight versus Joaquim Silva, a fighter that hasn't won a whole lot of fights recently either. Hasn't looked good in his wins, in my opinion. He weighs in, looks incredible, but the finishing power does not seem to be there. The finishing upside probably is not there in this fight. I think Claudio on the ground has that submission threat that is very dangerous in this fight. He took a little layoff. Both fighters on a 1.5 year layoff. They're both, you know, starting to slow down a bit, or they're starting to train a little harder and make a comeback. At 29 years old, I would say Claudio is making a comeback, a strong comeback. And at 36 years old, I would say Silva is starting to slow down. Seriously. At a 50-50 price tag, the value's on Claudio. Younger fighter by 7 years in this fight. 3-inch reach advantage. I think he is improving in the gym. I think he's been working hard in the gym over the last year and a half. Unlike Silva. So give me the Peruvian for a little profit. I might take a bet here. He just lost a split decision to the better fighter in his last fight. He's fought the better competition in his previous 3 matchups at 50-50. I got to go with the Peruvian. Let's keep it going at Noche UFC. Take a drink, crack one, pour one. We're having some fun, as we always do. Pure entertainment from the Fight Fiend Forecast. Every time. Pure entertainment every time. And I don't know how Quang Lee is this high up on the card. I don't even think the Mexican debuter is deserving to be this high up on the card. He's 6-0, fought some pretty low-level competition. It's a 50-50 fight. And honestly, I think Quang Lee should be the favorite. Luna has fought some pretty low-level competition. 21 years old, inexperienced in this fight. Has the Mexican hype, but it might not be enough. Quang Lee won by finish in his last fight versus Gaston Bolanos, a fighter that has forward pressure, knockout power, and he survived after getting knocked out. So he has the will to win. He has some heart and determination to have success in the UFC. I don't think he's a bum. Santiago Luna, a little unproven, 21 years old, can afford a loss, will still get another fight in the UFC. Quang Lee might have the more motivation. You've seen the knockout loss late round 3 in his recent loss. Yeah, he got knocked out, but looking back at the fight, he still was durable. He held up for a bit. Another fighter had way more experience than him and would slaughter Santiago if that fighter had to fight him. So, I mean, the level of competition, the higher level of competition fought is definitely on the side of Quang Lee, plus 100, slight underdog. Give it to me right now. I think he has more to show in this fight. Like Santiago, it's a debut fight. It's a tough one. And it's a fight high up on the card. Might be too much pressure for him. If he wins, he better win by finish and make it spectacular. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep it going. Not getting too invested on that one, but the next one, I thought about it. I got to run it up and make this video quick. I think Alexander Hernandez is back fighting fairly quick in this matchup. He fought a month ago. He obviously has to cut a lot of weight at 155. He looks jacked at the weigh-ins. He might not be healthy enough after that first round to win the fight. He could drop round 2 and 3. Close fight here. Really close fight. But I think Diego Fieta at 40 years old is another older fighter on this event that's starting to fade, lose his power, and I think Hernandez could possibly land that shot possibly early in this fight. Off a quick win to Chase Hooper, busted a lot of parlays, busted my lock of the week parlay. I'm going to have the balls to take Alexander Hernandez, unlike Loaf, in this fight. 50-50 fight, I do believe more value on the side of Hernandez. We talked about another fight earlier on this event. In a close fight that's 50-50, we got to take the fighter that is 8 years younger in this particular matchup, in this particular event. I think Hernandez is ready to go, ready to shine, and start working up those ranks. It's been a minute since he beat Beneil Dariush, a credible fighter. Diego Fieta is fairly credible, 19-6, but he lost to Grant Dawson decision in his last fight. Looking at the guys Diego has fought in his last 5 fights, probably the higher level competition. But this is the fight for Hernandez to start climbing the ranks. And I honestly think he can get it done here. I'm not going to hesitate to pick him in a 50-50 pick him. I'm not. I ain't going to hesitate. But Kelvin Gastelum as a favorite made me hesitate. Not even kidding. He's fighting Dustin Stolfus, and this motherfucker has ruined parlays before. He's knocked out my Canadian Marc-Andre Barrios and made me bawl my eyes out. And I don't want that to happen in this fight. I like Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum has won a lot of fights or lost a lot of fights by a decision. I've always been saying he's due for the knockout. He's due for the knockout. Dustin Stolfus is the type of guy that can get knocked out. Hopefully he gets knocked out in this fight. I'm taking Gastelum. I gotta go Gastelum. I gotta go Gastelum. That Marc-Andre Barrios fight, Barrios just got caught just swinging and banging. And then he got banged out. I think Gastelum is more calculated, better IQ, fought the higher level competition. He's going to move forward with defense and just win the fight. If it goes 15 minutes, I think he can just win the fight, unanimous decision, possibly. And the reason why he would win the decision is because Kelvin Gastelum can stuff the takedowns that Dustin Stolfus is going to go for. But honestly, if Dustin Stolfus just tries to play the same game as Gastelum, just tries to strike with him, doesn't bother going for takedowns he probably can't get, he could grease this fight out. If Dustin Stolfus plays a striking game versus Gastelum, he could get it done that way. And I think that's the only way. Unless the Zodiac forecast says something else. He has a 4-inch reach advantage. I think on the feet, Dustin Stolfus can win this fight. Somehow, some way. He's a taller fighter. He has less wear and tear in his career. You know, Kelvin has a lot of wear and tear. He's been tough. He's been holding up. Not getting finished a whole lot. You never know when he's due to fall, regress, and take a decline in his career. But when I looked at the age of this matchup, both fighters sit at 33 years old, and they're the same age. Gastelum fought the much higher level competition. I gotta go with him in this fight, and maybe this is the fight he gets the miracle knockout win I think he is due for. You know, he is a 3-1 favorite. The bookies have confidence in Gastelum to win for some reason. So let's potentially look at the knockout prop here for Kelvin. If it's too crazy for you, if you're confident in Dustin Stolfus, then do that. I'm just here to let you know what I'm doing at Noche UFC. Just because last week was good for me as well does not mean it's going to continue. It does not mean that. Success does not continue. Work has to be put in each and every week. I can't be caught slacking. I haven't missed a video for a while, but you guys have to look at the fights for what they are. Do your own research if you're willing to do that. Watch the fighters face off. Use some psychology if you have to. Just looking at the face-offs, sometimes you can tell what fighter is more confident, what fighter looks like he's in better shape, what fighter has the bigger arms. The fighter with the bigger arms probably has the bigger power punches. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the fights for what they are. Do your own research. Watch the face-offs. If you believe in the numerology, you can take that path as well. There's a number of ways and styles to pick winners on these fights, but it's not an easy job. Two men are going to stand in the octagon and throw leather. They're going to chuck leather at each other's faces. We're looking for finishes. So someone's going to take some damage on this event, that's for sure. Big one. And we're just going to predict it as we see it. If you feel like I'm predicting a fight that's not exactly what you want to hear, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you're feeling on these events. And even maybe put it in your lock parlay of the week. I'm giving it $100 this week, as I have multiple other times. And if you're that confident in a pick, in a parlay, you can let me know to win $100 on this video. We got 3 fights left, and we're not going to waste your time. But listen, we get to having fun on the show. We have a couple sips. Starts to drag out a little bit. All right? But that's all right. You just got to like the video, subscribe. Let's get the algorithm rolling here. The likes, followers up for Fight Fiend. The future is bright. And we're going to shock the world once again. If you heard that, that was the sound of a truck with a loud muffler. Wow. Sounded pretty good. Anyways, Jared Gordon, he's pretty good. He's fighting Rafa Garcia. He's really not so good. Beat Vince Pichel in his last fight. He got it done, but he just almost didn't do enough. It was a fight that I did put like over $1,000 on Garcia in a parlay. He got it done, but I think that was the closest fight on the fucking parlay. Dude almost dropped a bag. Garcia versus a guy over 40 years old almost lost. He's on the downfall at 37. And at 37, Jared Gordon, same age, looks like he's on the fucking upcline. Not the decline, the fucking upcline. This guy looks like he's getting better. And we've seen that with another fighter. Forget the name off the top of my head, but as he gets older, I think it was Nicholas Dalby. As he got older, it looked like he was getting better. Unfortunately, Dalby got caught versus Ante Delija there. But Ty Burr is pretty old, and it looks like he's getting better each and every fight before that last one. It could be the situation for Jared Gordon, but he's getting a guy, been around, 37, same age, less finishing upside, and does not want to win as much. It does not seem that. It seems like Jared Gordon wants to win way more, especially during the interviews. When you're looking at the psychology side of the fight, Jared Gordon lost a close fight to one of the prospects in the UFC that we have not seen in forever, Paddy Pimblett. Jared Gordon beat him. He looked very good. He could win a decision the same way in this fight. I have confidence he can beat Rafa Garcia. But the reason why I'm not going to take him on the lock parlay is because it's Noche UFC. You got the Mexican Rafa Garcia, who continues to be in close fights that can go either way. And Gordon has also been a sucker for being in those, eh? Like, just getting into these close fights that he should win, should get it done. After a good win in his last fight, he could be due for one of those fights he gets greased out on. Maybe it looks like Jared Gordon's winning the fight. Judges might not give it to him. It's Noche UFC. A couple Mexicans on this event. Not as many as I thought. So maybe the Mexicans get the favor if the fight goes the distance. This is a fight that easily could go 15. We got to beware. Both fighters bound to be in close fights. Both fighters are bound to be in a close fight after being in multiple close fights in the past. I'm going Jared Gordon. Almost a lock of the week. Obviously, he's in the parlays, but in this one, he's just the pick and the parlay piece. No lock of the week. He's got to get it done, but Garcia has the motivation. Noche UFC. He's the same age. He still won his last fight, showing that he wants to win. At some point, though, like, you got to do a little more. And I think Jared Gordon will do a little more to get it done. Just a little more. That's why him by finish is an interesting prop on this event. But damn, like, I thought there'd be more Mexicans on this event. We got David Martinez up next. Rafa Garcia. Rendon. That's it. No, we got Luna debuting. 4 Mexicans. Jesus Aguilar. 5. So yeah, not many. And I don't even know if any of them are going to win. Honestly. Maybe not. Because I think Rob Font versus David Martinez is a fight where Rob Font is on a roll. We talked about the older fighters getting better. This is the perfect example. Rob Font just beat Gene Matsumoto, 16-0 undefeated, split decision 6 months ago. And now he's going in there with a fighter, David Martinez, who's fought low-level competition. He fought 1 fight in the UFC so far. He's unproven, untested. Yeah, his striking looks good. Yeah, he has power. But Rob Font knows what to do. He has the experience. He's been here, done that. 22-8 career. Just beat 16-0 Jin Matsumoto. Everybody's lock of the week. I can't go against Rob Font. How can you go against Rob Font? He has a 6-inch reach advantage in this fight. He might be older, 38, but he continues to improve. He's won the last couple fights where I did not think he was going to win. Too much value on the other side. Now he's the favorite. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Rob Font probably wins, man. He just beat Jin Matsumoto. 16-0. I think Jin Matsumoto would beat David Martinez. Honestly. Yeah, Martinez beat Oliveira 18-5 in his last fight, but I mean, dude, Oliveira is not good. Not great. 18-5, but has fought very, very, very low-level competition. Go look on Tapology. The information is in front of you if you're willing to do the work. And I think in this matchup, Martinez will do the work. He puts in hard work. His boxing is good, but it's just not enough versus a guy with too much experience in Rob Font. Not enough. Been here, done that, and I don't want to get caught chasing an underdog in David Martinez where the public's chasing him too. He has a 6-inch reach disadvantage. I don't like it. And I don't like all the money coming in on David Martinez either. So you know what? 27 years old, 12-1, he can afford a loss. I think he takes one here. Co-main event at Noche. Last fight. Let's go. Diego Lopez, Jean Silva. One of these guys has fought Volk. And one guy is going to fight Volk. End of prediction. One guy fought Volk. One guy's going to fight Volk. That's it. The favorite's going to win. The Fighting Nerds fighter is going to win. Last week, when the two Fighting Nerds fighters lost and everyone lost their money and were devastated, and Jean Silva was, when he was amped up, pissed off, thinking about Saturday night, he said to himself, you know what? My two homeboys took the L. I must get that W. I must go fight Volk. Yeah, I think this is the guy. You know what? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know what? Or do you want to know why? Because he trains with guys at 170, 185, bigger than him each and every day. Diego Lopez trains with guys 145, 135 each and every day. End of discussion. Jean Silva, lock of the year. Lock of the year. Lock of the year. Lock of the year. Diego fought Volk. Didn't do a whole lot. Did not impress. He's not getting that opportunity anytime soon. Give me Jean Silva with the motivation, with the momentum, with the forward pressure, and mixing it up on the ground. In his last fight, completely dominated Bryce Mitchell on the ground. Found the ninja choke round 2. He knocked out Melsik Bagdasarian round 1. He's an elite fighter with dedication to the game. He might have came from nothing, but he is going to do something. I'm telling you. Jean Silva, lock of the year. Let's go. Fight Fiends. I mean, this guy here, Fighting Nerds, took 2 losses last week. This guy here is motivated for the win. Fucking main event. Noche UFC. He's getting the W. He's getting the fucking W. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe Diego Lopez is the dog of the week. But I don't think so. I don't think so. No. You know what? There's a lot of other fights that are confident picks. There's a lot of other fights that you could parlay. So what you got to do is let me know the parlay piece the lock parlay of the evening that is over plus 100 odds or above. Throw the hashtag F3. Let me know, and you have your chance to win $100. All what you got to do, comment below on this video your lock parlay for Noche UFC. The odds there, plus 100 odds or above with the hashtag F3. Benson ready to go. He might have to pee, so we're going to go. So put your parlay below. All right? I'm giving it $100 to the winner in a tiebreaker. If there's multiple winners, the greatest odds gets it done. So maybe you don't want the plus 100 parlay sitting there. Maybe it's the parlay that is the only parlay that hits. We've had that before. A parlay at plus 100 was the winner because all the bigger odds didn't hit. All the chalk didn't hit. So maybe plus 100 is all you need to get that 100. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, staying forecasted each and every week. Let's get the followers up. Let's get the algorithm going. Hit the links in bio below. I mean, Discord. Discord is goddamn free. If you don't want to become a platinum forecaster, zodiac forecaster, hit the link in bio below and become a damn forecaster for free. Now, Husky Hustler is howling for a big intro video when I'm done talking. So let's see what we can do for Noche UFC.
Back in the chat, get the loot. Get it cracking with the static, I let them have it, kaboom, pop, pop. Hey, yo, is that Mexican OT? Bomb price outside of them 979. If I say I'm down to ride, I really mean I'm down to die.